Good morning, my lovies. It's about 5:30 in the morning here, and it's the day of family dinner, and I am super excited. Yeah, I don't got it all together. I just woke up and had my first cup of coffee, and I'm excited, so I gotta get down to it. What do I gotta do? I gotta clean up this back patio a little bit, because yesterday it was super windy all day long, and then last night it was a 3% chance of rain, and it was torrential. It was overwhelming. Anyhow, there's leaves and debris and mud all over this back patio, and I've got to get this up because I don't want everybody to track it on in. And I got my trusty handy dandy blower out, gonna blow it. Now, I also cut Andrew's hair back here once in a while. He likes for me to give him a buzz. He gets a 0 with the electric clippers. Anyhow, I cut his hair back here, and when I'm done cutting his hair, I take that blower and I just blow all the hair off of him, off of the patio, and into the compost pile. The birds, they love it. They come and they pick all of the hair off of the compost pile and, yeah, insulate their nests a little bit. Anyhow, I gotta go get down to it. I gotta get started. Gotta get the show on the road. Yay, hooray. My blower is electric, and I like to store my extension cord on a hose reel because that makes it real easy to take on, take off, and the outlet's right there too, so double duty. And I have 3 tables set up, a 4-top, and then 2. We may also have a card table that's coming. Well, that's a ton better. Want to know a funny story about the electric blower? So I had another one before, and anyhow, it had a little slight malfunction, and I thought, oh, I'll just use it this one more time, and then I'm going to throw it away. Well, anyhow, I was out in the front yard, and my shirt got caught up in the bottom of it and started to suck my shirt all up, and I couldn't get the off switch to work. It was stuck. It was so bad. Anyhow, before I could figure out what to do, yeah, it had pretty much sucked my entire shirt off. Thank God I was wearing a slingshot, and yeah, thank goodness, because the neighbors would have seen everything. It's not a pretty sight. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and clean off all the tabletops and the arms of the chairs so it's neat and tidy. Everything's got a little bit of raindrops on it. I got this patio table, 5 chairs, and the little stool a few weeks ago at a garage sale for $50. I was so excited about it. Yippee skippy. Alright, I also have some folding chairs, some like camping chairs. I want to put out in the yard. I'm expecting about 20 people, so we can seat 12 up here. And then there are some benches in the yard. I'm just going to put out about a handful of camping chairs. So everybody, some sit in the sun, some sit in the shade, some sit under the patio, some like the dappled sun under the tree. Yeah, they'll all just mix and mingle, just like a good casserole, baby. All right, so I got my chairs out, got my tables wiped down, got the patio cleaned up. I've got my coolers filled with sodas and water. I'm gonna make some lemonade inside the house and get all the cups out, but my coolers are all set. I'm getting an ice delivery here in probably about 30 minutes. I gotta go get this all together. All right, see you in a few. Heidi ho there, my lovies. Well, I got cleaned up for the day. Got some real clothes on. Yippee skippy. Got my ice delivery and my grocery delivery. Got those drinks all cooling off in there. Yippee skippy. Everybody likes the cold drink. It's going to be about 81 degrees today. We're having a cool down and it feels like a Christmas miracle. Yeah, this will probably be the last one where I've got a portable air conditioner for the back patio, and we'll put that out once we get to more sustained temperatures. And of course, people will come in and cool off and what have you. But because it's so chilly today, I'm not sure if we're going to have the splash zone or not. I've got everything just waiting in the wings to see if it actually warms up enough. Right now, it is about 61 degrees, so it is a little bit chilly. Let me show you my grocery haul. Most of this is for family dinner. We didn't really need a whole lot of groceries for the week, but that's included in here too. I have about 52 pieces of chicken, and then I also got a little container of chicken nuggets because I think I'm only going to have one child under 10. And that's my little niece, Liberty, and I can't wait. I'm going to squeeze her up. That child has so much energy. You would not believe it. I just love her. Also, I didn't have the energy to stand in the kitchen and make my salads from scratch, so I did buy them. These came from Smart and Final. So they are the First Street. That's their store brand name. I've got the potato salad, 5 pounds of that, 3 pounds of coleslaw, and about 4 pounds of the macaroni salad. But I'm going to bulk these all up with some things to make them, semi-homemade. Make them a little bit more delicious. Yes, please, and thank you. I got a really nice container. This was $5 of the cherry tomatoes. I also wanted grapes. Grapes were $5.99 a pound this week. That was a ripoff. So actually, the prepared grapes in the little package, and there's some great colors in there. Yeah, this was actually cheaper than buying 2 pounds of grapes. So I got 2 pounds of grapes, and those weren't necessarily a bargain, but they were not $5.99 a pound. So there we go. Got a package of baby carrots for 99 cents because I took the baby carrots that I had, the celery that I had, the onions that I had, and the bell pepper that was in the refrigerator, and I put them in my food processor and gave them a bzz, bzz, bzz to be added to my salads. I didn't even do any chopping. It took less than 5 minutes, and I'm okay with that. Got a gallon of milk for Andrew because, we have a gallon, but we need a spare, an air and a spare. If we run out, it's danger, Will Robinson, danger. He won't be happy at all. Got a 3-pound bag of yellow onions, again to re-up because they went into the food processor. I got a bag of Honeycrisp apples. Now we also have the grapes. We have some bananas. We have some pears. And honestly, I just really wanted some of these Honeycrisp apples. These are a little bit smaller than I usually get, but they're going to be good. I'm not worried about it one bit. Those were a bargain. Those were on sale. I had a digital coupon, so I got that whole, what is this, a 3-pound bag? Feels like 3 pounds. It's a 2-pound bag. I got that 2-pound bag for $2.99. I think that's a decent price for Honeycrisp apples. They're always so pricey. Got a little package of button mushrooms, little white mushrooms, 8 ounces for that. I think those were $2.50. My free item today was a sharp cheddar cheese, a 32 ounce block. Well, this is not right. This was supposed to be a 32 ounce block. This is a 16-ounce block, and I had this was supposed to be my free item, a 32-ounce block for free, and I've got the wrong one. I've got the wrong one. So I've been on hold with Albertsons customer service because they also forgot my can of olives, and I've been on hold with them for 1 hour and 9 minutes. And I'm just about ready to give up We'll see what happens. My other free item, also not pictured here because apparently they didn't deliver that with my olives, was a clearly Canadian sparkling water beverage. That was another one of my free items. They're probably both still over at my Albertsons, but yeah, they're not here. And now I have the wrong cheese, but I've got cheese, so I'm not going to complain about it. But I just want a, a refund. Got one really great looking green bell pepper. They did a good job picking that out. One bunch of celery, which is kind of weaselly, but when you get delivery, you can't be that choosy. So I just needed to re-up on that. I got one package, the big giant package of the vanilla pudding. Yes, please and thank you. I'm going to be making one last thing for family dinner and want to get that all made and put into the refrigerator so we can have a little decent dessert. And then this is my new favorite ranch. This is a Lighthouse jalapeno ranch dressing and dip, and it is not too spicy. It just has the right amount of kick to it. Yes, please and thank you. I'm not mad at that one bit. So I think I'm going to give up on my Albertsons. I'm going to go ahead and hang up with customer service, and I'll just send them an email maybe, because in an hour and 9 minutes I'm out of patience with them. So yeah, I don't like to talk on the phone when I've lost my patience, because I don't want to sound irritated with them. It's not their fault. Things happen. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this put away, and then I'm going to get to work on, dressing up my salads, making them semi-homemade on the PDQ. Hot diggity. All right, so we had to do a slight pivot. I finally got a hold of Albertsons. They're making a re-delivery for me. Yay, great. So I've got this potato salad out, and honestly, I have no idea if it's even any good. So let's take a taste, see what it needs. Okay, it's very mayonnaisey. It's very creamy. It's a little bit boring, but that's okay. We've got all the things. We've got all the things. So I am going to go ahead and put it into this bigger bowl. Oh, it's got big chunks of potato in it. That's really nice. All right, well, I can dig it. I can get behind it. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And today is more about getting together and celebrating each other and lifting each other up than it is about me spending my time here in the kitchen. This is my veg mix that I made. Carrots, celery, onion, bell pepper, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to go ahead and put about half of this in here, because I like to make sure that all my babies are getting a good amount of fruits and veg. I don't think they get enough, to be honest with you. I don't think they're getting it all in. When they come over here, I want to know that they are leaving with full bellies and plenty of fruits and veg. Yes, please, and thank you. I also think that this needs a little bit of red wine vinegar and a little bit of mustard. Balance. It's what we all strive for. It's what we're all hoping for at the end of the day. So there's about 2 good tablespoons of the mustard, and I'm going to put in about 2 good tablespoons of the red wine vinegar, and a couple of teaspoons of the Splenda. I reserve the right to add more of anything. I also thought it needed a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Not too much on the salt, because everyone's watching their salt in my family. Yeah, we're all a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and watching the salt, trying to live as long as possible, keep our blood pressure under control. I'm just going to give that a good mix up, and that is going to be fantastic. Oh, I really like the way that those potatoes are sliced, though. Those are big. Those are some big old honking potatoes. That's a real chunky potato salad. I like that. I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. It'll be all right. I got lots of soap, and we've got plenty of time for this to get all in there and be good and incorporated. Take another little taste test. See if it needs anything else. That's much better. Yeah, that tastes more like mine. Yay, great. Now I'm gonna hide the evidence. I'm gonna take these, I like these reusable jugs too. Those are real nice hard plastic. I'm gonna hide these out in the garage so nobody knows. You don't gotta tell them everything. It'll be all right. Got a few boiled eggs here. And I am going to just slice a couple of these up to go right on top. Just the cherry on top. Yes, please and thank you. Someone will think that they're awfully lucky to be getting some of those boiled eggs. Yep, just like that. Those are nice. Those boiled eggs turn out good. They're creamy and delicious. You know, the last thing that it needs is a little wipe down around the rim and a little bit of paprika. Let me grab a napkin. There we go. That looks much better. And a good shaky shake of paprika on top. A little bit over here. Missed some. I missed some. All right, there we go. I think that looks spectacular. Semi-homemade. I'm going to get this all covered up and put back in the refrigerator, keeping it out of the danger zone so I don't poison any of my babies. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing with the macaroni salad. And this has macaroni, mayonnaise, celery, relish, creamy mayonnaise, dressing. Let's take a taste test of this one too, because I'm assuming that it's still a little bit boring. And that's okay. It's for everybody's taste. You can make it your own when you get home. Okay. That's a little bit boring, but it doesn't need any more Splenda. It is sweet enough. That's for sure. So, gonna go ahead, put that right on in there. I'm gonna put the rest of my sliced up veg in there. Just like that. It's definitely going to need a little tiny bit more salt, some pepper. There we go. A little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. I'm going to chop up some eggs in here. I really like eggs in my macaroni salad. I think they're delicious that way. Get those in there. I think I'm going to put about 3 in and leave 2 out to dress the top. You know, a little cherry on top, never hurt anybody. Maybe we'll go ahead and add a little bit of paprika in there. this all a little stir up, then we'll take another taste. See what it needs. It doesn't need any more mayonnaise. That's really creamy. That's got all the things in it. Get that well distributed throughout. All right. And you know, I do think I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of the cherry tomato too. Get myself situated here. Got to do a little wipe up. But yeah, I was talking to Melissa, and family dinner didn't have to be a great big chore where I cooked for days. We can just enjoy each other's time. So Chris and Julian requested the fried chicken, and Andrew seconded it because you know that man could absolutely live on fried chicken. I'm just going to cut these in half and throw these tomatoes right on in here. These are really nice, and they're going to add a great bright vibrant red to it. That's the color that it's missing. It's got the orange, it's got the green. Yeah, all of those things. I think that's going to be spectacular. Yippee skippy. All right, toss these in. Give it a little stir up. And when my olives come, I'll probably go ahead and throw a couple of those in too. And I got black olives, so I think that's going to be fantastic. I think that that looks really good. Yay, hooray. And this is easy as pie. This isn't taking, yeah, I'm not going to be all worn out when everybody comes. I'm going to be able to give all my babies great big squeezy hugs. I'm going to get this darn plastic wrap on and keep on going. All I got to do is some coleslaw now. We're almost there. Yay, hooray. And then that chicken, I'm going to put it on these sheet pans and then just pop that in the oven for a good reheat. Now, I did have when you spend $25 on certain Signature Select items, you got $5 off. Then I had a $3 off also just for you rewards coupon. So out of my budget, today's grocery haul was about $125, but that did include like 52 pieces of chicken and those little chicken strips for my niece Liberty. I think she's really going to enjoy those. So there we go. Pop in the oven. We're almost there. I wanted to show you this. I got this for my little niece Liberty. I don't know. Can you see it? Anyhow, it's an Alice in Wonderland Bakery Create a Scene sticker pad and play scenes coloring pages. It's got tattoos in it. I don't have any tattoos. You got any tattoos? Tell me down below. Whatever you all do with your bodies is your own thing. I'm not worried about it. Anyhow, this is super cute. So they've got all of these stickers. They've got some of these sparkly ones and some regular ones. They're super cute. Some letters and numbers. And then big bold pages like this. And then you put your sticker on here and what have you. Yeah. And anyhow, I think she's going to have a great time with that. We've also got a couple of other crafty projects for her to do because I like kids to have a good time. And yeah, they usually bring her, and she has her tablet, and that keeps her interested for like 15-20 minutes. So yeah, got to try to plan some things for the poor child to do. Otherwise, she's just going to sit here and watch PBS and the adults talk and stuff like that. So thought this was super fun. Hope this keeps her entertained. I kind of want to play with it my own self. All right, well, I've got the coleslaw, so let's go ahead. Let's taste it and see what it's like. Okay. That's That's not bad. It is really creamy. It has a very decent, sweet, very creamy mayonnaise dressing to it. It needs a little bit of tang. It needs a lot of black pepper. And it needs, yeah, it just needs a little jazzing up. That's all it's going to need. So, let me go ahead and get that all in here. Yes, please and thank you. Could I be serving right from the plastic? Well, I could. It wouldn't hurt anybody a bit. But yeah, I'll just put it in a nice little bowl. Put it in the refrigerator. This could use a little bit of tang, so again, I'm going to add some more red wine vinegar. It does not need any more sugar to it. That's for certain. It's got plenty. It had plenty of salt. And I think all it's going to need is some pepper. So I'm going to add that here in a minute. I've got some almonds, sliced almonds. I'm going to add about half a cup of sliced almonds. That's going to be plenty. I love a little bit of nuts in my coleslaw. That's going to be delicious. It's got carrot in it already, so it doesn't need any of that. But those almonds will just add a nice little crunch to it. It'll be fantastic. And I am going to add one of my Honeycrisp apples to it. Got those almonds right out of my drawer in my freezer. That's where I like to keep all, well, not that one. That's where I like to keep all of my nuts. Yeah, I lost some of my apple over there. I'll pick that up, I'll wash it off, and I'll eat that, but I won't serve that to my babies. Yeah, I love them. I don't want them to eat stuff from the floor. I'm okay with it because I know that I mopped this floor last night, and I'm pretty much the only person that's been in here, so yeah, I'll just give that a wash up. I'll eat it. It'll be okay. Shh, don't tell anybody. Now, will my family know that these are not my homemade salads? I don't know. I'm not going to tell them. Shh, it's a secret. Yeah, it's a secret. Will they care? I don't know. Will they say anything? Highly doubtful. Because all of them were just thrilled that I could get it together enough to have them all over. And I'm glad that they enjoy it and that they want to come spend time with me. You know, we hadn't gotten together really since, 2020, the big C-19. And we've lost a few people, and times have changed, and things are different, and it's just nice to be together, and I think it's lovely. Like, I think it's really nice. Like, my brother-in-law, Robert, he and my sister Patty were married for decades. She passed away in 2020, and yeah, she passed away. But I love it that he still comes and loves family dinner, probably more than anybody else. Yeah, I'm so glad that he, comes and still thinks of us as family and what have you. It's not always the case when, someone passes away and their spouse, I don't want anybody to feel like they're on the outs. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome too, my lovelies. I want everybody to be welcome at my house. Let's taste this and see if it needs what it needs. I told you I'll use every spoon in this house. Yeah, that's pretty good. What does it need? It needs plenty of black pepper and a little tiny bit of salt. I want some of this I want some of this finely ground black pepper in my coleslaw. And we like a lot of pepper. I reserve the right to add more. And we're also going to need a little bit more salt. That cabbage can really take a lot of seasoning. But that apple is really good in there. And those almonds, yeah. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. just a little bit more. And one more taste test, just for good measure. Plus, it's delicious. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. Good, tangy, creamy, crunchy. Yay, hooray. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do is make some banana pudding. So I've got some whole milk and a measuring cup. I need 3 cups of milk. Perfect. And this is instant vanilla pudding, and it's the Jello brand. It is a 5.1 ounce package, and that's going to be plenty. There's a recipe on here that is really interesting, though. It is for mini pudding pops, and it looks like you put them in an ice cube tray, make the pudding, put it in an ice cube tray, put popsicle stick in it and stick it in the freezer. I bet that would be delicious with some sugar-free pudding. I'm going to try that. Anyhow, I'm not making sugar-free today because I'm the only person sugar-free in my family, and this is for my sister Sherry. She loves banana pudding, but she only likes it on day 1. She won't eat it the next days after because, sometimes it gets a little squirrely, a little liquidy in it as the bananas kind of break down, and she doesn't like that. So I'm making this for her. It's going to have about 5 hours to set up before everyone's here. Everyone's coming at 3. Everyone's coming at 3. So yeah, it says this pudding sets up in about 5 minutes, and that's good. That's about all the effort I feel like putting into it. Got a box of real vanilla wafers because, yeah, the fake ones, they just don't do it. It's just not quite the same. And then I have 3 semi-ripe bananas. I'm hoping that they look really good on the inside, but they still have that good ripe flavor. Yeah, I don't care for green bananas, and I am only making enough for us all to enjoy some today so that there are no leftovers, because I don't really need the temptation. This is something that my dad made all the time, and he wouldn't just make a little bit. He would make a whole tray full, like a whole banquet pan full, and he would layer it very precisely. He was a very exacting man. We lived on a dirt road, and it was washboard pretty much from the time you left our driveway until you got out to the main street. Anyhow, about half mile from our house to the main street. Anyhow, that man could hold a cup of coffee, no lid, just a cup of coffee, and go down the road and never spill a drop of it. Not me. Nope. I spilled every time. I was a spilling child. I spilled my milk almost every single night at the dinner table until I was about 8. Yeah, it aggravated my parents to death, especially my dad. And I'm still a mess. I drop things, I spill things, I'm not that worried about it. That's setting up. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to make the banana pudding in my clear bowl here so that you can see all of the beautiful layers. And I'm going to use this entire box of vanilla wafers. I might save a few back for my niece Liberty. She's kind of a picky child, and I don't know if she likes banana pudding or not. But, yeah, everybody likes vanilla wafers. Do you like vanilla wafers? Tell me down below. I like them. I don't eat them anymore, but, oh, they smell so good. I'm going to have just the tiniest bit of this. Yeah, like 2 tablespoons. That's going to be it. Everything in moderation. I don't want to feel left out, but I also don't want to, spike my glucose levels and then have to lay on the couch and moan and whine. Oh, these look terrific on the inside. Yippee skippy. Hot diggity. I saved 2 back because I always put about a fourth of a banana into my morning glucerna smoothie. That's when that's what I have for breakfast every day. That or yogurt or cottage cheese. But sometimes I like to switch it up and have the yogurt and cottage cheese for lunch. So, everything in moderation. I like to save most of my carbs, salt and fat for dinner. I'll be honest. So I'm going to put one whole banana here at the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to put, oh yeah, see, this is already setting up. That's fine and dandy. I'm going to put some of that vanilla pudding right there. You could use banana pudding, but most of my family does not care for the artificial banana taste. They think it's too overwhelming. I could go either way, honestly. I'm not picky. I'm not picky at all. Give that a little shimmy. Put my next layer of wafers in there. And just keep going. However many layers you want to do. Now my dad would probably use about 3 boxes of vanilla wafers. He would probably use about a dozen bananas. And I highly doubt that he would have bought Jell-O instant pudding. He more than likely made a vanilla custard on the stove, because for an entire banquet handful, yeah, that would be the most cost-effective way to go. My dad was cheap. I come by it honestly. I inherited it. Yeah, he was the cheapest man I've ever met, but he was cheap in ways that he would drive 10 miles out of his way to save 10 cents on gas, and I won't do that. No. But also, he had 9 kids. Yeah, I'm one of 9 kids. So any time out of the house and away from all of us was probably, a lifesaver. Probably his only minutes of sanity for him to sit in the car and listen to AM radio. And he liked to listen to the ball games on AM radio. Anyhow, that was probably his only moments of sanity. And yeah, he didn't get any peace. God bless him. He couldn't even use the bathroom without one of us barging in on him. It was rough for him. But he loved his daughters. He was the purchaser of, big feminine hygiene products. When you've got 8 daughters, 1 son, you don't just buy like 1 or 2 boxes of feminine hygiene products. Nuh-uh. My dad would wait for it to go on sale, and he would go to the store and he would fill up the entire cart. There might be 20 or 30 boxes of feminine hygiene products in there, and he didn't bother him any. He's just strolling down. I gotta take care of my girls. He's just strolling down the store aisle, or he would wait for like sodas to go on sale. My family really big on sodas. We like them. Anyhow, he would wait for sodas to go on sale, and he'd take us with him, because it was always like a limit of 5 cases or something like that. And the case wasn't a 12-pack then. It was like a 36-pack was a case. Anyhow, he would take Melissa and I with him, or one of the older girls, and you would all get your limit, and he'd give you a couple of bucks each, and you'd go through your aisle. And are you having a party? Nope. This is just for, tonight's dinner. Yeah, there were a lot of us, and it was super fun. Super fun. Some of you have asked if anybody brings anything to family dinner. Well, you are always welcome to bring something to family dinner. I'm not going to say no. But out of my dad's 9 children, only 2 of us cook. Yeah, I cook. My sister Patty, she cooked. And she's passed away now, so, sometimes Robert and Matt and Charlie and Liberty will bring something. Sometimes, it's just whatever I make. And I always ask my mom, because I didn't understand, like, why do you go to all of the trouble of cooking everything when you have so many children and relatives and what have you? And she just would shake her head, and she'll say, you'll find out one of these days. Well, so one of my sisters said, you know what, Shorty Vaughn, I want to bring the main, we were having Italian food for a family dinner. I want to bring the main dish. I'm going to make lasagna. You're going to make lasagna? Yeah, I'm going to make lasagna. All right, well, hot diggity, go for it, baby. I'll be glad to let you have the main dish, and I'll just go ahead and make some sides. Well, the night before family dinner, she calls me up at 11:59 at night, wakes me up out of the bed to tell me that she and her whole family have food poisoning, and she can't make the lasagnas in the morning, and they're not coming. So at 11:59 at night, I had to get out of the bed and go search around in my freezers. Well, you know, I found some Italian sausage, I found some tomatoes, I found some pasta, I found all the things and made a nice baked ziti, and it was fine, but that's not what I wanted to be doing at 11:59 in the middle of the night. So I now understand why my mother, yeah, you can bring anything that you want, but I am always going to take care of the primary food items. Whatever you bring in addition to that, it's fine. Because I'm hungry and I want to eat. And what's the worst thing that would happen is that we would have to, like, you know, order pizza for everyone. It's kind of pricey to order pizza for a crowd. We're having 20 people today, but sometimes we've had as many as like 30, 35, 37 people. You never know who's going to show up. Sometimes the kids like to bring a friend. Sometimes, you know, stragglers. So it will all be fine, but I do the primary cooking. What anybody else brings is just fine. My sister likes to contribute some money to it. And that's just fine. That's fine. But there's no obligation to bring anything, or, you know, there's no toll at the door. You can just come as you are, and you can come as you are. You don't feel that great, you want to show up in your pajamas and lay on my couch, well, that's fine. So long as you're coming, so long as you're having a good time, and so long as you're not contagious. All right, I think that looks terrific. Maybe I'll throw on a couple more vanilla wafers just for good measure, just for that extra kick. Now, I have added chopped macadamia nuts to this before, and that's so good. But, you know, we've got kids, yada, 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 people, allergies. I already have one thing with nuts in it, and that's about as much as I'm going to be able to monitor. So that's just fine. Put this last layer of vanilla pudding on there, and we are in like Flynn. I'm sure you all have made this a million times. The recipe's been on the box of vanilla wafers, you know, probably for 60, 70 years. I don't know how old vanilla wafers are, but they are, yeah, they're not new, that's for sure. Hey, did you know that the duplex cookie is actually older than the Oreo? There's a little bit of trivia. There's a little, yeah, little number for you. Just gonna smear this all around this top layer. Push it on down in there. Yes, please, and thank you. Get those wafers and those bananas covered. Now cover your bananas entirely. Smush the bananas down in there, because if they're exposed to the air, they will start to turn extra fast. Nobody likes that. That's a bad deal. All right, I ended up with a few leftover vanilla wafers for my little niece Liberty, and she's gonna love that. I have some reduced fat whipped topping. You know, if you've never had this, this is like, this is generic for Cool Whip, and Cool Whip is kind of like, sorta like whipped cream. It's a cheater, easy version, no whipping necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and top this all with whipped cream. Smear this all over the top. A little extra insulation for my bananas, because I really don't want them peeking out. Those bananas, they gotta stay covered. You gotta get on down in there, babies. Be your best selves. I believe in you. My dad always put Cool Whip or whipped topping on his banana pudding. Yeah. And then this. Who wants to lick the spoon? And we would all just run for it, and yeah, we'd all get a few licks in, or the spoon from mixing up the custard that you made or what have you. Did you lick the spoon? You still lick the spoon? I'm not licking the spoon today. I'm gonna put a little garnish of vanilla wafers right on top in that Cool Whip. Just a little I love you for my babies. I love family dinner. I think it's so fun. And honestly, today's so easy and nice. And I'm just going to relax and enjoy myself. And this is really all I have left to do. All right, there we go. Think that looks super fun. Think that looks super festive. And so in the 5 hours, this will set up firm. Those vanilla wafers, though, they will not get completely soggy in here on day 1. By the time you get to day 2, they're pretty soggy. I don't mind it so much, but everybody loves banana pudding on day 1. What's not to love? Anyhow, this, I believe, will easily serve 20 people because it is fantastic, but a little goes a long way. And oftentimes, somebody else will bring a dessert too. They'll stop by the grocery store and pick something up. So that's quick, easy, inexpensive. I think it was like $2 for the package of the Jell-O pudding. And I got the vanilla wafers. I had a coupon. Got the vanilla wafers for $2.50. About $1 worth of banana. And yeah, that makes a lot. That's pretty heavy. So yeah, that will serve everybody at least one good serving, and hopefully they eat it all and make it go on away, because I do not want that hanging out. Yeah, I can't resist it. That just takes me back to my childhood, to my dad making it, just watching him and watching him stir the custard and everything. Yeah. Ooh, we should make custard. We'll make it soon. Yeah. We'll make 2 custards. We'll make a classic custard on the stove, and then we'll make cheater custard in the microwave. You can do it. It's really good. We'll do them both. Alrighty, well, the last thing, well, I've got 2 more things to really do, and then I'm done. And I have to wash dishes. 3 things, and then I'm really done. My family, I have tons of fresh squeezed lemon juice from my lemon trees. My family likes country time lemonade. And even if I try to fool them and make fresh squeezed lemonade, with the simple syrup, and I try to make it as sweet as they like it, they all prefer country time lemonade. They know the difference. I have to hear about it. I don't need any more comments from my peanut gallery here at the house. So I just bought country time lemonade a few weeks back. I think I paid like $1.50 for it with a coupon. And I'm just going to go ahead and make them what they like. Please the masses. I don't prefer country time lemonade. And I've already squeezed myself some fresh in the refrigerator for my own self. But they like the country time lemonade. Have at it. I'm here to please. Yep, absolutely. So just going to go ahead and give that a little stir up. I'm going to brew a fresh pot of coffee. Now, last time, nobody drank the iced tea, and so I'm not making iced tea this time, but I do have some Crystal Light iced tea packages, and if somebody wants to make themselves one of those, pour it into their bottle of water. It's just the little envelopes. They can just make themselves some. And I've got peach, and I think I have lemon and plain. So there's something for everybody. And for those that don't prefer soda or water, there's some country time lemonade. All right, there we go. Boy, that's awfully yellow. There we go. We've got lots of ice. We've got cups. We've got all the things. Gonna brew another pot of coffee. Yay, hooray. I'm gonna go ahead and put spare rolls of toilet paper and fresh towels out in the bathroom. I'm going to do these dishes, dry them, and make sure that they're all put away because I like it to seem like this was fairly effortless. And honestly, compared to usual, this was fairly effortless. Then about an hour before they show up, I'm going to lay out all of my chicken onto these lined sheets. I'm going to turn my oven on to about 250 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and throw that chicken in there. Maybe a couple of sprays of olive oil just so that they get to be their crispiest, best selves again. And just heat those through. Bring out the salads. We've got chips. We've got some of this, some of that, a veggie plate. Yeah, some of that fruit. We'll put it all out, and whatever anybody else brings, we'll have plenty of food. Like I said, about 20 people today, so you know we're down a few. There's a big gymnastics tournament that my sister and her children are participating in, and they're having a good time doing that. We'll see them next time. Anyhow, I'll bring y'all back and show you everything when I get it set up. But yeah, I'm going to go rest on the couch for a couple of hours until everybody starts ringing my bell. Ding dong. Yeah, hot diggity. I'm so excited. I'm going to squeeze them all up. I'm going to squeeze them until they pop. I'm going to give them big old smoocheroonies. And yeah, here's some big old smoocheroonies for you too, my lovies. Yeah, I wish I could have you all over. We would have such a good time. We would tear it up, baby. We ended up with about 35 people showing up, more than I anticipated, but we had plenty of food. This was the splash zone I set up with 2 water hoses, a sprinkler, and they had water balloons, and they had a great time just getting wet. This is a photo of my sisters, Sherry on the left, Melissa on the right in blue. My nephew Charlie, he's standing up over there on the left. That's my niece Cookie. They're painting rocks. That was one of our craft projects last night. The kids painted rocks. That's my brother-in-law Robert on the left and Chris on the right. That's my little niece Liberty. Look how cute she is. She's a precious girl. I love her. Everyone had a great time and it was a complete success. Yay, hooray. These are the rocks that the kids painted. They did a great job. They loved craft projects and to just do fun things and stuff like that. I love all of them. They're so creative. Those kids are great. I just gave them all big squeezies. Everyone had a good time. Nobody cared that the food was purchased. And we just gave big squeezies and chit-chatted until about 10:30 last night. So it was a very long day and a very wonderful day. All right, my lovies, thanks so much for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous. Be good, be careful, look both ways, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.